The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello, in this mini training session, we're going to cover two newish features of Workbooks, the Overview tab and the side panel, helping to make Workbooks even easier and faster to use. So hello, my name is Tim Wilmot. I'm joined by my colleague, Peter Johnson. He'll come on the event very, very shortly. And my company, Wizard Systems, we're a leading independent CRM solution supplier of systems like Workbooks. And we help out organizations, mainly small and medium-sized organizations, to use simple solutions to help improve their sales, marketing, and customer service productivity. So thanks for joining us today for this little mini Workbooks training sessions, our regular sessions of short Workbooks presentations during this period where we're focusing on different topics in and around Workbooks. And this afternoon, we're going to cover these two new features for you in a little bit more detail. Now, this presentation will be about 10 minutes, quarter of an hour or so in duration. It's just an overview of some of these new features, not meant to be in-depth focused training. My company, Wizard Systems, we offer many extensive training options if you want to explore those with us. Primarily, it's online at the moment, but lots of different training and support options that we've got to help you get the most out of Workbooks. Now, the audio part of this presentation is one way only. If you've got a question, please type those into the question box on your meeting control panel, and we'll do our best to answer those at the end. The call is being recorded as well. After the presentation, you will receive an email from our system with a link to the recording, which you can play back as many times as you want to. And also, it will pop it up on our YouTube channel as well. Just a brief mention about us. So we are independent CRM specialists, supplying a number of different CRM solutions, including Workbooks. We've got well over 28 years experience of implementing these solutions, and we provide the complete package around Workbooks, not just the actual application itself, but also any kind of assistance that you want, implementation help, ongoing training, help desk support, whatever service you need to help you get the most out of Workbooks. As regards training, that at the moment is primarily online. So whatever topic around Workbooks that you want information on, we can organize group sessions, we can record them as well. We can organize any kind of online training for you, but it also, if it's permissible during the current regulations, we can also visit you, and we have a couple of training rooms at our Bristol offices as well. Okay, so let me hand you over to my colleague Peter, and he'll take us through the rest of the session on these two new features.
Hey, good afternoon, Tim. I'm just going to just show my. Can you hear me then, Tim? And can you see my screen? I'm in a demo version of Workbooks here. Okay, yep. So good afternoon to everybody as well. As Tim mentioned, we're going to have a look at two areas which we've cherry-picked really from some recent functionality, and certainly in my view give a user the extra ability to the information to hand really quickly and easily, get a high-level view of some information, and also navigate through the records just with a little bit more speed, I would suggest. So first of those that we're going to have a look at is the Overview tab. Let me just minimize this. So the Overview tab really is just a high-level view of a couple of types of records. Those couple of types of records are opportunities and cases, because invariably when you're in these type of records, you need information quickly and easily. And what this Overview tab does is present information that's quick and easy to get at. So if I show you here a traditional type view of an, for example, where you have the tabs along the top, I guess to bring together information from the whole record, you would generally and traditionally flick into the Summary tab, and you might get this kind of grid view. Or of course, they did introduce a little while back the the timeline view of this tab, and you can see here you get a timeline view, and if you have pictures of your employees, that will go next to there, and it's quite quick and easy to scroll down. Generally though, you do have to filter this, perhaps take out the audit records if you do have the audit module, because it makes a lot of information available here, but in that list view. So what I'm going to do is show you briefly, I've added to a different view of this opportunity. If I go to the view menu here and change it to the default one, you might see a new tab appear, which is the overview tab, which I've placed next to the summary tab just intentionally for this session. This tab can go anywhere though. You could even hide the summary tab if you wanted to. Your administrator has control of this. If we take a look at this overview, you can see a card style view of information, but you can see here straight away, whenever you're looking at this opportunity that I've got open, you can see any pending activity. So next steps, which is listed here. So you can see in 2 days time there's a chase call to be done, and also in just over a week there's another visit. You can also see the people that are involved, and you can see that pulling from the records or the tabs of the record in the background. And then further down we have information about any activities or emails. In that timeline type view, you can see who said what, when, and how. So a really quick way of seeing that information all in one place. And there's, I don't know if you've spotted already, there's a couple of little buttons here which make things quite quick and easy as well. So if there's something else to do, incidentally, if there are no next steps, it will tell you here there's no actions pending, and it gives you a big button that says activity. But you can do that from this drop-down list as you would from the schedule area on the record. So I could go and prompt myself to make a new call, perhaps in a couple of 3 weeks' time. Let's put 5. And if obviously I can schedule this for anybody in the business in the normal way. And if I save and close that, you can see here we get that timeline of showing all of and so forth. So this overview tab, I think, is a really good addition to the tabs along the top. Of course, you might want to customize the order that they're in within your business, but really easy to see. Now, along with this, we're going to have a look at the side panel. Now, the benefit of the side panel is that you can be on the record at any time and have any a choice of any of these tabs along the top showing at the side of the record. Now, that can be on the left or the right. Now, I haven't added this to the system yet, so I'm going to show you how to add it. And I'll also show you how to add this overview tab if you don't already have it. So it's there available, and as I say, both on cases and opportunities, the overview tab is available. So what I'm going to do is just go in the configuration area. All of your administrators have got access to this, and I'm going to edit the record type here of the opportunity. Now, on the opportunity record type, I'm going to go to that layout that I was just on. So I was actually looking at this default layout just to show you where switch on that tab. When you click on your layout here, you can go to the tabs area and you can select the overview and make sure it shows, and you move it around to be in a particular order based on your other ones. So I expect if you haven't switched this on already, you may see it grayed out. So I'm going to show you on another view of the opportunity that I have here where it hasn't been applied. So if I click on this, you can see if I go to the tabs area, you can see the overview is grayed out. And if I want to see it on this particular view, I can select show and then let Workbooks know where to put it on the record itself. So that's how you switch on the overview tab. Now, the next one I want to do is show you the sidebar option. Now, your administrator can go particular layout to show this sidebar. So I'm going to add it, and then I'm going to show you what it looks like and some of the functionality around that. So in a standard layout screen, this design screen is really the administrator's job. So those that aren't administrators, you need to just switch this on. But I'm going to go to the standard layout page here, and I'm going to, down here we've got an option that is form style, and I can say panel on the left or panel on the right. I'm going to choose to put it on the right. I think that's most appropriate for certainly my day-to-day use. And I'm going to select the tab that shows in that sidebar. And for this example, I'm going to choose that new overview tab that I've just added to the record, and I'm going to save and close. So I'm just going to back out of here, saving and closing as I go. And I'm now going to show you what that's done to this record. Well, you can see when the screen refreshes, we've now got the tab showing at the side. Now I've done a 50-50 split here just to show you, but the administrator has control over what the default width of this little sidebar here. But you can see the overview tab I've placed in this sidebar. So instantly, I'm still looking at the primary information of the opportunity or case, of course, but I can also see other information that's going on in the record. I find it really, really useful day to day to still see the information from the main record, so I can see what stage it's at and so forth whilst I'm communicating with clients or perhaps my boss. But I can also see who said what, when, and how. So you can go straight down and see that communication without having to change tabs. The other thing that this sidebar gives you is the choice to, whilst you're on that record, is change which tab appears in this sidebar. So it might be more appropriate to see perhaps just the activities tab. So up on the top right here, I can navigate within the sidebar to the relevant that I want to see and view it in the way that I want to see it. You can see this very much reflects what the tab would look like. You'll also note that the tab itself that I sidebar moves itself away from the tab area into that sidebar, but you still have all of the normal controls up here. So if I wanted to see those activities perhaps in a calendar view next to that record, for that record, you can see here, I can see them in that view. And you can very quickly navigate to any of the tabs. So it might be that you have a query about invoicing or something related to this opportunity in this example. And you can see here, I have a list of all of the transactions tab, or the transactions within the transactions tab. So, two options here I've shown you. One is this overview tab, which currently is restricted to just being seen on both the opportunity and case records. And I think it's ideal for that, so you can see where you are with that particular either deal or a support case. And also, I've introduced you to this side panel, which I think is a very view to have on the screen at any record. Okay, so Tim, anything else to add there? We've had a look at the overview and that side panel.
Nothing to add. Hopefully that's given you a little bit more information about these two new features. You might be playing around with them, using them live right now. We hope to, on future sessions, we hope to cover more new features. There have been quite a few in the last few months added to the application. Now, as we normally do on these sessions, we open it out to any questions that you may have, please. So pop those into the question box on your meeting control panel, and we'll do our best to answer those for you. So a question from Tom. Can I have the sidebar on any record?
Yes, So the side panel, it's called, can go on any type of record. It's only the overview tab that's restricted to the opportunity or cases. But yes, you can have it really useful to have that sidebar perhaps on an organization record to see the other communication at a quick level. So whenever you go to records, Atlantic, you could just as easily have that sidebar showing on this type of record as well as any other. Yes.
Okay, thanks, Tom. And Jenny is asking, how do I see the view tab that you have shown on the opportunity?
Oh, so Jenny, these views have been created by the administrator, and it's just to give particular types of users or teams a different view of that type of record. It's available on any record throughout the system. A really useful feature if you haven't done this more on this demonstration system. I've got a few more records. So if a user was to have a look at an organization, they might need a particular view of that. Of course, the marketing team might want different information presented than perhaps the same would. And these are just layout views, and these can be rule user selected from these view tab in the top left. So in answer to your question, Jenny, I think it was, you really need to get your administrator to do it, or we can guide you through it and give some hint to how that's done. Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Jenny. Well, I don't think there's any more questions coming through. So thanks very much, all of you, those listening live, or if you're listening to recording, thanks very much for your time. We do run these sessions on a fairly regular basis. If you've got any ideas for future topics that you'd like us to cover, then please contact us or email Pete or myself. I'm Tim Wilmot, Tim at wizard-systems.com. Pete is Peter at wizard-systems.com. Just watch out for the email later on. It might be the next day or two with a link to this recording if you want to play it back. It will pop it up on our YouTube channel as well. Just go up to YouTube and do a search for Wizard Systems. You'll find our channel up there with a workbooks playlist. And also remember about training. If you have any requirements for any further workbooks training, please get in touch with us. We'd love to help you further. So thanks very much for your time, and we'll catch up with you on the next session. Bye-bye.
Thanks, everybody. Bye.